Welcome, everybody, to Monday night's May 11th, 2026 Town Council meeting. We will start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Audrey, could we have a roll call, please?
Mike Joseph.
Here.
Katie Otis. Here. Fran Hudson.
Here.
Doris LeBranch.
Here.
Adam Lent.
Here.
Lee Trahan.
Here.
And Ray Karen.
Here.
Do we have any disclosures of conflicts of interest for the meeting this evening? I see none, except for Ray, who left the room. Ray, do you have any conflicts?
None whatsoever that I know of. Well, not here. Well,
And could I please have a motion to enter into executive session pursuant to 1 MRSA subsection 6E, consultation with legal counsel?
So move.
Second?
Ray Karen.
Yes.
Mike Joseph.
Yes.
Katie Otis.
Yes.
Fran Hudson.
Yes.
Doris LeBranch.
Yes.
Adam Lent.
Yes.
And Lee Trahan.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0. Oh, I didn't make my little sheet that says
She's been waiting several months to speak about her ideas for what's going on in Winslow on a special project. And her name is Dylan Casey.
So we're going to first vote on the motion to suspend, to allow someone to speak who wasn't on the agenda. So we need a vote on that.
Do I
So
have a
move.
Second.
Second.
Thank you.
Doris,
Yes.
Adam,
Yes.
Lee,
Yes.
Ray,
Yes.
Mike Joseph,
Yes.
Katie,
Yes.
and Fran.
Yes,
The motion to suspend the rules passes 7-0.
and Mike, do you have one?
Yeah, I have a suspension to set the rules as, that I'd like to tell the people that.
Nope, you're just going to you want a motion to suspend the
Motion to
rules
suspend the rules.
to add to a discussion.
To add to the discussion for the house up on the Augusta Road. All I can tell you that.
Nope, we need to first vote on
Okay.
whether or not we're going to speak on that. So do we have a motion? He didn't place the update on the agenda for 1207, the Augusta Road. He would like to place it on there now for discussion. And he'd like a motion to suspend the rules. I will be the first.
Second.
And a vote, please.
If,
I'm sorry,
for
go ahead.
discussion,
No, I'm
if
sorry.
we do suspend it, do we have any obligation when we're talking about a place to invite the owner here, or if we're discussing something, due process for the owner?
It's an update, it's an
It's just an
update to what
update.
we've already discussed. It's just a discussion item.
It's
Okay.
very brief.
It's nothing legal, nothing like that.
Okay,
It's just an update.
okay, thank you.
Okay, Doris,
Yes.
Adam,
Yes.
Lee Trahan,
Yes.
Ray Karen,
Yes,
Mike Joseph,
Yes.
Katie Otis.
Yes.
And Fran Hudson.
Yes.
Motion to suspend the rules to discuss 1207 Augusta Road passes 7-0.
Next up, we're going to go to public comment. I will read the rules because I know you guys all like that. But I'm going to make them a little shorter. The speaker must be recognized by the chair before speaking. Since meetings are broadcast and recorded, persons wishing to speak must use the public podium and give their full name and their district or address, although an address is not required. Comments must be limited to issues on the current agenda. Public comment on matters not related to the town's business will not be allowed, as to ensure all meetings are carried out in a productive and efficient manner, in keeping with the interest of who attend and participate in a council meeting. All comments and questions must be directed to the chair or through the chair. The public comment period is intended for public input only. Council responses are not required, and the session should not become a back-and-forth discussion or debate, nor are councilors required to answer questions or to respond in any manner. Councilors may take issues and comments under advisement and may address them during the meeting when appropriate discussions of that specific agenda item comes up. Per state law, complaints or charges made against an individual employee will not be permitted or discussed. Please see the town manager or the police department if you have issues with that. Comments related to the following will be ruled out of order by the presiding officer. Specific situations that are in litigation, including those in which the town is a party, and personnel matters. If a resident wishes to address issues not on the agenda, they are strongly encouraged to contact their district councilor, the council chair, at-large councilors, or any other council member. If the councilor deems the issue appropriate for further discussion, it may be placed on a future agenda, at which time public comment will be permitted. Meetings are to be conducted with order and efficiency. Civility and proper decorum are expected at all times to allow for proper ability to conduct town business. Individuals are required and expected to conduct themselves in a respectful manner to everyone in attendance. Shouting, swearing, etc. will not be tolerated, and the individual who engages in disruptive or disorderly behavior that interferes with the meeting will be asked to stop. If the behavior continues, the individual may be asked to leave or removed if necessary. Okay, now it's opened up. Anybody who'd like to speak for public comment, now's the time to do it. Yep, come on up.
Hi.
My name is Dylan, hopefully Casey, and
And we're represented by District 4. And Dylan, she asked me a while ago, because they tore down the junior high school, I live right across the street from it. So we saw them tearing it down, and she kept saying, what are they gonna do with it? I said, I don't know. So she come up with an idea, which, do you wanna explain the idea?
I think it's a good idea to have a community garden in the place where you guys tore down the school.
And her idea is basically to have either 10 by 10 foot plots or 20 by 20, depending on how many people want to have a garden there. We'll provide the seeds and stuff like that. Dylan and I will have should it go forward, have about a 10 by 60 plot, and whatever we grow there, I'm not sure if it's permissible, but to give it to the food pantries and to homeless shelters, or I'm not sure if there's a homeless shelter in Winslow, but that's her idea, because we grow a garden on my property as well. Okay. So she also thought the idea of maybe having extra credit for high school students for either health, I'm not sure if they have health or what they call it here, but health classes or gym classes where they could volunteer to come over and help the elderly, which I'm one of now, as I've been told. So, and that's pretty much it. She has a concept of all kinds of vegetables, everything from asparagus, corn, tomatoes, lettuce, whatever. We'll go over there. And I've explained to her I'm not a geologist and I don't have a green thumb at all. But I told her, looking over there, I'm not sure if you can grow anything there because the building was there, there's cement, things like that. But that's her proposal. And she's already told me, when they need water, we'll take a wagon, we'll fill up some bottles and take them over there and bring the water over. So I guess she's got to keep me busy as well. So, that's pretty much it. And if anyone has any questions, I'm sure Dylan would like to address them.
Do you already have a garden? Have you ever had a garden?
Yeah,
What do you grow?
I grow flowers. I tried to grow watermelon, but then I forgot about it. I grew,
Cucumbers.
oh yeah, I grew cucumbers and broccoli with Mom in our garden. Oh, we also grew some carrots.
Nice.
Very good.
Sounds yummy.
I want to thank you for having the courage to speak up today, Dylan. And thank you for your kindness and generosity in offering to buy seeds for that community garden.
And take care
That's
of it.
something you can be very proud of, Dylan. Thank you.
For letting me speak tonight.
You're
Oh,
welcome.
you're very welcome.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Anybody else like to speak?
That's a hard act to follow.
Okay, no more public comment. We'll move on to the approval of the minutes of the previous meeting. I think there's a couple of amendments.
Yes, Audra, on the April 13th minutes, let me pull it up on my screen here. I think it was 6B. That was actually a motion by myself to table the appointments for the planning board. And then 10D, that was motion by Fran. So if you could just switch those two items around on who motioned what, that would be great.
Do we have to vote to amend those?
Yep.
Okay, let's see if we can have a motion to amend April 13th meeting, 6B, to change tabling was Doris, not Fran. And 10D was myself for the motion to revise the total municipal appropriations. That was me, that did not Doris. And do I have a motion to approve, to amend, I'm sorry, to amend?
So moved.
Second.
And a vote?
Mike Joseph,
Yes.
Katie Otis.
Yes.
Fran Hudson,
Yes.
Doris LeBranch,
Yes.
Adam Lind,
Yes.
Lee Trahan,
Yes.
and Ray Karen.
Yes.
Motion to amend passes 7-0.
Now can I please have a motion to approve the April 13th minutes as amended?
So moved.
So who was the first?
Adam, I'll second.
Adam
I don't
first,
care.
Doris second.
Mike Joseph,
Yes.
Katie Otis.
Yes.
Fran Hudson,
Yes.
Doris LeBranch,
Yes.
Adam Lind,
Yes.
Lee Trahan.
Yes.
Motion to approve April 13th as amended passes 7-0.
I vote yes also.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ray.
Okay.
I knew what you were going to
I'm
say.
used to it.
Can I have a motion to approve April 27th, 2026 as presented?
So moved.
Second.
So I don't want to make a mistake again. Who,
Well, that's fine, Adam.
and who is second?
I
Mike.
did.
Mike Joseph,
Yes.
Katie Otis,
Yes.
Fran Hudson,
Yes.
Doris LeBranch,
Yes.
Adam Lind,
Yes.
Lee Trahan,
Yes.
and Ray Karen.
Yes.
Motion to approve April 27th minutes passes 7-0.
Okay, under communications, we have boards and committee appointments, but again, I do realize that the board, for the planning board, that was tabled. So should we wait and do it under tabled, or could we just take it, because we have to take it off the table before we can do anything with it? Do you guys want to take it off the table now, or do you want to wait on tabled items?
Let's take it off the table now, I would suggest.
Okay, motion to take it off.
So move.
Second.
Katie Otis,
Yes.
Fran Hudson,
Yes.
Doris LeBranch,
Yes.
Adam Lind,
Yes.
Lee Trahan,
Yes.
Ray Karen.
Yes.
And Mike Joseph.
Yes.
Motion to take the planning board appointments off the table passes 7-0.
And now, we need a motion to go into appointing the planning board members, but I believe that's going to take a vote. So
Right,
do,
I've passed out, everybody has a ballot. You could fill out 3 of them, put your name on the ballot, and then I'll,
we need a motion first to vote, or do we need a motion to fill it? Is it two separate, or are we just, it's to fill it, I suppose. So can we have a motion to appoint out of the 5?
So move.
Second.
Katie Otis,
Yes.
Fran Hudson,
Yes.
Doris LeBranch,
Yes.
Adam Lind,
Yes.
Lee Trahan.
Yes.
Ray Karen,
Yes.
and Mike Joseph.
Yes.
And now I
Motion
guess,
passes 7-0.
I'm sorry, Audra. And now she will collect the vote. So we're filling 3 out of the 5 names, correct?
Correct. Up to you.
Fran, could I just say something
Of course
really
you
quick?
can, yes.
Just, first of all, for the planning board, I want to just give my thanks and appreciation to the people that have served on the planning board all these years, and for the people that want to come and join the planning board. And any board here, really, this is a little bit unusual that we have extra people that we have to choose from. And from what I can see, all the people are more than qualified by experience in the past and also their working experience, and that when we have to vote, those are some of the toughest decisions that we have to make. it's not a reflection of the people that don't get on the board, but the qualifications of the people that are either on the board or applying for the board that have qualifications. So, and I want to say that keep trying to get involved and some people have, so I appreciate every effort and everybody that's come forward in this endeavor.
I also just I wanted to clear up a few things, that because you sit on a board doesn't mean you automatically get pushed through onto a board. Everybody's got the equal chance to have their turn, or their try at representing the town. So, again, we didn't do anything incorrectly by tabling this. We did it the way it was supposed to be done. You post it, you give a month or so's notice, so everybody has equal opportunity to get on that board if they'd like. And then that's what we did, and then we've got these 5 people, and now we're voting. That is the way it's done. Nobody's automatically going forward just because they sat there before. Thanks.
Okay, so Doris LaBranche has voted for Mike DeRozier, Esther Miller, and Roy Lord. Fran Hudson voted for Michael DeRozier, Esther Miller, and Roy Lord. Adam Lint voted for Michael DeRozier, Esther Miller, and Roy Lord. Mike Joseph voted for Michael DeRozier, Esther Miller, and Roy Lord. Lee Trahan voted for Michael DeRozier, Steve Gagnon, and Esther Miller. Ray Karen voted for Michael DeRozier, Steve Gagnon, and Roy Lord. And Katie Otis voted for Michael DeRozier, Roy Lord, and Aaron McCullough. So that leaves a vote of 7 for Mike DeRozier, 2 for Steve Gagnon, 5 for Esther Miller, 6 for Roy Lord, and 1 for Aaron McCullough. So that would be a motion to appoint Michael DeRozier, Esther Miller, and Roy Lord to the planning board.
So moved.
Second.
And the voting already happened, right?
No?
What do you mean, no?
The
We just
approval.
voted for them.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the
we
Do we
approval.
now do we need to do a roll call for that?
I believe you do.
I guess you can, you're just voting the same thing twice. So go ahead.
Katie Otis,
Yes.
Fran Hudson,
Yes.
Doris LaBranche,
Yes.
Adam Lint,
Yes.
Lee Trahan,
Yes.
Ray Karen.
No.
And Mike Joseph.
Yes.
Motion passes 6-1.
The next one is to appoint for the zoning board of appeals. Is that just one spot that was open?
Correct.
Do we have a motion to approve Aaron, I'm sorry if I don't say the name right, McLeod?
McCullough.
Color, thank you.
So moved.
Second.
Fran Hudson,
Yes.
Doris LaBranche,
Yes.
Adam Lint,
Yes.
Lee Trahan,
Yes.
Ray Karen,
Yes.
Mike Joseph,
Yes.
and Katie Otis.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0.
The next one is the Board of Parks and Recreation. Doris pointed out, is that even still a
Yeah.
board?
Yeah. Through the chair, we have actually 5 vacant positions on the Parks and Recreation Board. I would like to table this vote a little bit longer so that we can have a chance for additional applicants to apply. We have 5 vacant positions and only 2 applicants. So extending this would allow additional applicants to apply.
How often do these people meet? To have 5 vacancies, is it they all come up at the same time?
No, it's a few years apart, but Amanda has not needed them to meet. But you
So-
wanted all of the appointments on, out there, so I put them all out there.
Through the chair. We have Erin McCullough again on that. She can't serve on two, can she?
As long as they're not competing
Oh,
boards, she could. I mean, she
okay.
couldn't be on the
Planning.
planning and zoning, but
Is
Okay.
there a way to find out if we're even going to keep up with the Board of Parks and Rec? Is that
Definitely.
something that should be,
you can ask Amanda. I know Amanda has said that she wants to kind of revamp that board and make it a little bit more than what it is. Amanda's just a one-person, one-person department, so it's hard for her to make those plans.
Through the chair, if
wait, 1 second, Ray?
Yeah, I was on the board in Park and Rec for probably 20 years, when Lee Breton and a whole bunch of other people who were in the position. I thought that the board was very useful as a feedback tool and as a communication effort. So I would hate to see that this board not become more functional and get the people and then have the board meet on a regular monthly basis. And I think it's useful for the organization and the town to have that feedback.
I think what's happening with some of these people are not aware when their seats are up because all 5 of these seats have been vacant and it's not all up at once. So we should table that. You're
We'll
correct.
table this,
Motion to table.
yeah, motion to table,
Second.
this vote anyways for the
Second.
board.
I just think, and no offense to anybody here, I just think that we have 2 people that want to serve on it. I think it's the beginning to fill it. I think filling it is good. We have 3 more votes, 3 more people to be on it. We're lucky to get those 3 more people to come. At least we're doing something now, and they can start to meet at least with the people that they have on it.
Fair enough.
yeah, through the chair, I absolutely agree. Number one, I think we should do everything we can to fill this board, and I think we should push to have these 2
Yes.
included, because if we don't, then we're just kicking the can anyway.
So we're getting it moving.
So
Yeah,
we're not
let's
going
get
to
it
table,
moving.
we're going to motion to appoint these 2, and then we're going to post again, please,
Yes.
on the webpage and everything that we're
Yes.
looking for more people. So
Yes.
do we have a first?
So move.
Second,
This is a motion to appoint Aaron and Chelsea
Yes.
to the Parks and Rec Board. Doris LaBranch,
yes.
Adam Lind,
Yes.
Lee Trahan,
Yes.
Ray Karen,
Yes.
Mike Joseph,
Yes.
Katie Otis.
Yes.
And Fran Hudson.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0.
Okay.
Through the chair.
Go ahead.
The same thing would apply to the next board, the personnel appears.
No, actually, I got that, thank
Okay.
you. We need to table it because it's actually in the hands of legal right now, so that's why we're tabling the Personal Appeals Board.
Because it has to be changed by the charter, in the charter,
Nope.
isn't it? No?
We got it in the hands of the attorneys now to see
Okay.
if it's something that we even want to continue with.
Oh, motion to table.
Motion to table it, thank you.
Second?
Adam Lind,
Yes.
Lee Trahan,
Yes.
Ray Karen,
Yes.
Mike Joseph.
Yes.
Katie Otis,
Yes.
Fran Hudson,
Yes.
and Doris LaBranch.
Yes.
Motion to table the Personnel Appeals Board passes 7-0.
Moving forward, we have a presentation on library and community center at the former junior high site by Mr. Susi.
And before we begin tonight's presentation, I want to take a moment to recognize Steve and thank him for the work he's put into this project and on behalf of the town. Tonight's presentation is intended to provide both the town council and the public with an update on the proposed library and community center project, as well as educate everyone on the current concept, project needs, and next steps in the process. This is an important discussion for the community, and we appreciate everyone taking the time to stay engaged and informed. Steve, I'll turn it over to you.
Excellent, thank you, sir. All right, good evening, everybody. Steve Susi, Project Manager, Town of Winslow. So I put together a pretty lengthy slide presentation, although this one is condensed. The lengthy one is for public community Q&A sessions that I've put together for the first week of June. Those dates haven't really been published yet, so we'll get those published this week. But it's the 1st and 2nd of June. We're going to do one here. We're going to do one at the rec center. So we're actually going to conduct a community Q&A session in the actual facilities that we're going to be discussing. Along with the facility directors, they'll be there to help and answer questions as well. So the purpose of this hopefully quick brief, I'm thinking somewhere around 15 minutes or so, 20 minutes, is to update the council and the public on where the town is on the planning process, conduct public Q&A sessions to get a pulse on the community's desire for a new facility, gather public input and feedback, what we're going to do with the lot, and whatever we do decide to do. We do need to address this facility here, the library. So in my preparation for this particular project, I conducted interviews with the Public Works Director, with the Library Director, the Parks and Rec Director, with Bill Gwindon, Mass Care Director for Maine Emergency Management Agency, looking at all components of what a proposed facility could provide the town of Winslow. This particular facility, in talking with Lisa, just has so many different components that need attention soon. I would say this facility's probably got about 5 years of shelf life left. When you look at the guts of the building, I know Ray's been heavily involved with archives and historical documents and other features that are stored here or elsewhere. Just because of the mildew. So when I get together with the public and host some Q&A sessions, we'll get into the weeds so that the public has a solid understanding of each of our programs, our library programs, our Parks and Rec programs, what they provide the community, as well as a sheltering facility, what that would mean for the town. So we'll take a look at all those in depth at those Q&A sessions. Here's a more official mission statement or purpose statement for what we've talked about with regards to a facility, what could occupy that old junior high space. So the proposed library, community center, sheltering facility, and maybe community garden facility could directly implement, or it actually implements the town's 2023 comprehensive plan by addressing identified deficiencies in municipal facilities and programs. It expands community and educational space. It supports an aging population, improves emergency preparedness, and advances the town's goal of co-located public services. So what I've done in my research is I went back and I looked at the 2008 comprehensive plan. I merged that with the 2023 comprehensive plan. I extrapolated all of the strategies, goals, and in a facility like this fits into where the leaders that put together those plans, it merges with that, it fits that plan. So that's one thing I wanted to keep in mind, was to make sure that we're on a trajectory that's in line with and aligned with our goals stated in our plan. Last summer, we conducted a poll on Facebook. And you'll see there's pretty much a four-way tie between a community center / library at 26%, a community center at 27%, a parking lot at 20%, and other at 25%. And the next slide's going to show you the other, because it's a lot of different responses that people provided via Facebook. And what I think is interesting is that 2%, right? That threw up a major red flag for me, 2% for a library. So we had 280 responses on this survey, this Facebook poll, and 2% said library. And I think that's because we need to educate the population, the residents of Winslow, what this library provides, and you'll see that in the slides coming up. So here's the other 2%. So we're looking at everything from a center for all ages, a community center with restrooms for football spectators, right? People are trying to tie in that space with the football field. A park, we heard tonight, community garden space. A place for athletes to use as locker rooms, gym, add lights for the football field, an improved athletic field, a bowling alley, gas station, town municipal building, I didn't put that there, tennis and pickleball courts. So we just have a wide variety of suggestions on that 2% that was on the slide. So the old junior high site, all contaminated, waste soil was removed from the site. Some of the concrete walls were crushed and used as fill. So there's some considerations when we look at that facility: access, parking, and location. So as you're facing where the building was, the front of the old junior high, to the left there's that little parking lot. Underneath that parking lot are some old storage tanks. So really, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Paul, but pretty much the only thing we can do with that parking lot is maybe repave it and keep it a parking lot. We can't disturb the ground underneath. Do you have a question? No? Okay. Underground infrastructure. So, there was a road that went through there. There's underground infrastructure that needs to be considered. So when you start looking at what type of facility would we put up, would it be on a slab? Would it be 1-story, 2-story? So that's going to require a feasibility study. One of the things I'm looking at is grant money for us to conduct a feasibility study and figure out what type of facility could we put there. What does that look like? And obviously, the public, you folks would have say in through those Q&A sessions on what that would look like, if anything. So the library facility, it moved here in 1996 from Lithgow Street. Total space is roughly 11,500 square feet. This is based off of Google Maps. I did some measuring on Google Maps. Library specific space, you're looking at about 6,500 square feet. This chamber right here, roughly 1,200. Hours are Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And it serves as an unofficial cooling center in the summer. So in my interview with Lisa, she did describe that, in the summertime when it's really hot, when we have, several days of heat, she finds that there's a stream of people that come here and use this place to keep cool. So it's an unofficial cooling center. And when we talk about cooling centers and sheltering facilities, two different animals, and you'll see that in the slides coming up. So there's some program stats for FY26. So we've got 38,000 items valued at $770,000. Total checkouts for FY26 were at 16,751 items were checked out. 14,000 patrons. Total programs, 119. It varies each month depending on participation and time of year. Program participation, you're looking at roughly 2,000 people participate in those programs that Lisa and her crew put on month to month. Parks and Rec. We have a director, Amanda. She's a rock star, one-person show, essentially. She does team up with Public Works on certain aspects of it, but she maintains 5 parks, 3 playground systems, 9 structures, 1 tennis court, 9 sports fields, 30 garden beds already exist in town, and a town forest that's just about 500 acres. So she's busy. The main office is behind the town office, out back. Not a great space, right? Not really conducive to a whole lot of rec activities. However, we do have an average of 5 groups that do use that space, from homeowners meetings to Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts. Assistance Plus meets there on a weekly basis. So it does get used. but I think we could expand those opportunities by creating a new space. 600 participants a year in Parks and Rec. Look at all those programs from summer fun camp, fall soccer, winter basketball is a big one. Not to mention hosting tournaments and playoff games and things of that nature. It brings a lot of different people to the town of Winslow. So emergency sheltering. So in talking about this space last summer when we did the Facebook poll, I was throwing around a term of warming cooling center. Warming and cooling center is really an unofficial place for somebody either to get warm or stay cool. It's only operated during normal business hours, whereas a sheltering location is a place that's utilized in an emergency and a place for people to reside or live temporarily. Typically, you're providing showers and something to eat. Obviously, we can't do that here in a library. So the town's emergency operations plan, which we started updating last summer, current plans are dated 2007. They don't identify a specific location for sheltering. However, in 2023, the junior high, the elementary school was used. Showers were opened up for the public. Charging stations, because people had kind of gathered down in what is now the Parks and Rec location, and people were going upstairs to the fire department to charge devices. Really not conducive to emergency operations when you've got the public operating or charging stuff in your fire bays. So one other thing that I noticed in the plans is that it refers to Appendix C and basically see the school. So the school system is part of our sheltering plan as far as emergencies are concerned, and a lot of people have moved away from that, so that's something that we need to consider as a town. I've talked with the town manager and Chief Murphy, and we're making headway on updating that. So sheltering operations, so if we had a new facility where the old junior high was, and we're talking about sheltering operations, we're not talking about homeless shelters, two different things. And again, there's a big difference between a sheltering location and a warming cooling center. Specializes in people fleeing a situation. It's where you live temporarily. And again, we're in the process of updating those plans. It allows the town to potentially tap into FEMA grants and FEMA funding to help, like put in a backup generator or put in shower facilities or help fund some sort of component to this facility. Winslow doesn't have one right now, so I think it's important, at least for the town, to address that. So looking at the gaps and challenges when it comes to the services and facilities, the library, I believe this location was really not meant to be the long-term solution. And the town just stuck with it year over year. And there are so many things with this particular building. You can't go up, you can't go to the left and right. Parking isn't adequate, so we've got to do something. So if we don't put a building, if we don't put a facility at the site where the old junior high was, what are we going to do with this place? So we still have some things to discuss and talk about there. It's got crumbling cinder block, constant moisture issues, wood ant damage. You can go back there. I looked at it a few weeks ago. It's all current. The square carpet tile that your feet are on right now, underneath that is asphalt, especially back there. It's got a sealer on it, but that sealer is fading or failing. We've got 5 dehumidifiers that are running constantly because of the moisture issues in this building. Doors get stuck often from frost heaves. We've had people get stuck in the bathrooms because the frost heaves, you can't open the door. And the town manager mentioned this a few weeks ago. You'll often see Lisa walking through the library with a wrench. It's not an uncommon scene. She's often, unclogging toilets and fixing leaky pipes. So just a lot of gaps and challenges in this building. Parks and Rec, constant competition with schools for space. So every time they put on a function or they have a sporting event, they've got to coordinate with the school. School has priority. So they're always fighting for space. Significant gap in middle school age resources. The one entity I really didn't have time to interview was the school district, just with budget season and everything going on. I do plan to have some discussions with the school to figure out where we can meet for gaps. From what I understand, there's a pretty serious gap when it comes to teens, the middle school age. They don't really have a place to go. And if you think about a facility where the old junior high was that has a library space, a rec space, maybe some civic space to house some proper council chambers, it would be a great place and a great location for kids. It's right there on the campus. You know, it just makes sense. The director's office is extremely small. The Parks and Rec director, it's always leaking, right? So I think we fixed that leak recently. But she's always having issues down there. Needs some new space. Adult programming is in high demand. We don't have really anything in the town of Winslow for the aging population, especially during the wintertime, to conduct some sort of rec activity. And it would be great to have a new building, a new structure with space for like an indoor walking track or something for folks in the wintertime. Youth drop-in is huge. No team programming available. I mentioned that already. And then on the far right, emergencies. Plans need to be updated, and we're addressing that. Our school is the right option? Probably not, so we need to take a look at that. No options available for emergency sheltering. We just don't have anything right now identified in the town of Winslow, so definitely conversations need to be had. Key constraints and considerations, budgets. We're looking at grants, we're looking at philanthropy, donations. We have several debt service items that come off the budget. So we're looking at some annual set-asides that maybe we can save up. And so if you jump down to the timeline reality, right? So I'm looking like 4 to 6 years. I'm not trying to rush this. I want to make sure that we have adequate public support for whatever we do with that space, whether it becomes a parking lot, community gardens, or a new facility, a library, rec center, or whatever. Some new council chambers, new town office, whatever. Cost, operational and taxes. That's something that's always in the back of my mind as a planner. I want to make sure that we're not hitting the taxpayer too hard, if at all, if I can have anything to do with it. Future vision and direction. So I keep the 2023 comprehensive plan. It's in my bag. It's on my desk. I look at it often. So I just want to make sure that whatever we do is aligned with the town plan. 2025 Facebook poll results, we're keeping that in our back pocket. Moving forward, more public input themes, community priorities, what does the public want to do with that space? And then one of my goals is to, and I've been talking with Audra, is a referendum question. Whether we have actual dollar figures to put to it or not, if we can just have a referendum question that says something like, you know, would you support a library / rec center / sheltering facility at the old junior high? Yes or no? Keep it simple. And get public input that way through a referendum question. Future vision and direction, again, merging with the comprehensive plan. It just solves so many gaps identified in our plan going this direction. So I will push that way. But again, it's public input that's really going to drive the train. Next steps, we do have a facilities committee. That's something that we need to consider. I would like to engage with the facilities committee. I don't know, I think the last time they met was 2022, 23, something like that. So I don't know if we'd have to take a look at that, but that's something that needs to be addressed. Feasibility study, I've made some phone calls, and we're looking at somewhere between 15K and 30K for a feasibility study to look at that specific site, once we have a better idea of what we're looking at for a facility. We'll refine as we go, we'll incorporate public feedback always, develop preliminary plans, and we'll conduct more public Q&A sessions in the future. That's essentially the timeline, what I'm looking at. The big decision point is the public referendum. I really want to see what the public's got to say on a vote and get more than 280 hits on a poll. So hopefully we can achieve more than that with a public referendum. Barring any questions, not too bad on time. So thank you very much.
Through the chair, I have a question for you, Steve. I think you're right. I think we ought to put it up to the referendum, but we're going to make it very clear that to the residents that this here is going to be a shelter for the residents only and not a homeless shelter. And some people have already asked me about there was rumor going around on that. So I think if we do it on a referendum, make sure that's clear.
Sure. Yes, sir. Any other questions? I don't know if anybody from the public might have any questions, but. You wrote them down? All right.
Through the chair, on the facilities committees, there are a few vacant positions, so we're gonna have to update that as well.
Okay.
Like, McDade's not here anymore, so.
Okay.
There's some vacant slots there.
Good to know. Thank you.
So Steve, since you've been doing this study here, since you started on that, you think that we're going to be able to get a lot of this because of grants, especially with FEMA, correct?
Well, you know, I've done some research looking at other towns throughout Maine and what they've done. I know there are some towns out there that have planned, you know, when I say 4 to 6 years, I want the town I'm referencing, I won't say any names, but I want to say they had like a 10-year plan. So they came to the table with a lot of money, and it barely impacted the taxpayer. And that's something that's important to me, being a resident. I'd like to see the town actually plan for it and actually set aside funding. And I'll do the groundwork, and I'll put, you know, boots on the road and with Mark, and we'll go find some money somewhere, whether it's through philanthropy, donations, or loans and grants. But
Okay, thank you, Steve.
yep, you're welcome, sir.
If I may, through the chair. You know, I've been involved in some of this stuff before,
I know you have.
many years.
Yes.
And sometimes, as much as, you know, you want to go out and not have the taxpayers, but it's important to identify exactly the scope of the project
Yep.
like you're doing.
Absolutely.
Like, what are you going to do? And then at that point in time, people want to see an engineering study and a feasibility, but the engineering work to put a rough cost estimate to them. So when you go out to referendum, or you go out to what exactly do you want, here are the options, whether you got a gym in there, a track in there, whether you have what type of library facilities. And not only that, but also the scope of employment. If you have this facility, then at some point in time, it's going to cost, you're probably going to have to add
Increased
library
staff.
costs, park and rec costs. The hours of operation are critical, so you got a big job ahead of you.
Absolutely.
I applaud what you've done so far. I'm just, we'll talk.
Sure.
Obviously, we have, and we will again in the future.
Yep,
And
absolutely.
thank you for, I think this is something that's needed in town. Exactly, the scope of it is going to be where everybody has to get involved and see exactly what we can afford and what's good for the town.
Thank you, Ray. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
We're going to move on to reports of committees and commissions. Start with the town manager's report.
Thank you, Chair. Starting with the budget, the second reading of the FY27 budget was held on April 27th, 2026. The council established total combined appropriations of $36,757,533, including $15,566,586 for municipal operations and $21,190,000 $4,947 for the school budget. The resulting mill rate is estimated to be 14.9. For staffing, Deputy Chief Randy Wing officially retired after 36 years of service, including 4 years in the town of Winslow. Lieutenant Bradley Hubert is presently serving as the acting department head for the police department. As of April 7, 2026, the town has begun the official process for searching for its next chief of police. The committee has been formed to advise and assist with the first round of interviews, with interviews expected to be conducted in late May. Matter of fact, they're scheduled for Monday, the 18th. Taconic Bridge closure. Maine DOT has announced a full closure of the Taconic Bridge from May 26th through June 29th, 2026 to support ongoing replacement work. That's May 26th through June 29th. The closure will impact both vehicle and pedestrian traffic. With detours in place, the bridge is expected to reopen to two-way traffic at the end of this period, with additional lane and nighttime closures anticipated later in the construction season. We're actually getting very close to the end. All signs are pointing to the summer. Dangerous buildings, 17 Marie Street. A stop work order was implemented from April 8th to the 22nd due to the site lacking a sufficient safety barrier around the property. The fencing has since been installed and subsequently inspected and approved by the code enforcement officer. 1207 Augusta Road, demolition was delayed due to a change in the contracting company. Grants, the town's project manager, Steve Susi, is in the final stages of completing the Clean Water State Revolving Fund, the CWSRF, loan application. This is coordination with engineering consultants is largely complete, and remaining items are being finalized to ensure the submission meets all program requirements. The application is expected to be submitted shortly. This is for the Sunset Heights sewer project and storm drain. For other nature conservancy, the Kennebec River Restoration Trust is now operational, with leadership in place and additional staff positions being filled. The trust is in the process of forming an advisory council, which is expected to establish a municipal revenue working group to evaluate potential financial impacts to communities following dam decommissioning. Field data collection along the river has resumed and will inform future discussions regarding property impacts and redevelopment opportunities. Additional outreach to municipalities, including opportunities for local participation, is anticipated as analysis is completed. This is an ongoing thing, and we'll be involved in this for years to come. So they're still in the very early stages when it comes to the dam discussions and the decommissions of them. For LD 305, just an update on a new statute here. It takes effect July 1 and expands the motor vehicle excise tax exemption for certain disabled veterans to include leased vehicles. The town is reviewing administrative impacts and potential revenue implications and will continue to monitor implementation. For mutual aid, the town manager received a letter from the Augusta Fire Department regarding the town's mutual aid response to a structure fire. If I may, through the chair, I'm going to read that letter.
Of course.
Dear Town of Winslow, on behalf of Chief Groger and the Augusta Fire Department, I would like to extend our sincere gratitude to your fire department's mutual aid response to the structure fire at 238 Churchill Road in Augusta, Maine. It was a long and demanding day, and your crew demonstrated true professionalism from start to finish. Their knowledge, experience, and steady approach were instrumental in ensuring the incident was handled safely and thoroughly. The coordination and teamwork displayed on scene did not go unnoticed and were deeply appreciated by all involved. We collectively moved close to 500,000 gallons of water and spent countless man-hours on this emergency. We are fortunate to work alongside such a dedicated and capable group of firefighters. Please pass along our thanks to everyone who responded. Your department's efforts made a significant difference. We look forward to continuing our strong working relationship and stand ready to return the favor wherever needed. Just a special thank you to our first responders, the police, the fire department. They've been doing an amazing job. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Yes, Paul.
Well, I had a couple things. The first one I wanted to make notice was that they're gonna start boring under the railroad tracks tomorrow on Lithgow Street. It was planned to be a 24/7 operation. Last I saw about 10 minutes ago, I'm not sure if they're gonna run 24/7, but if they do, there's gonna be lights and some noise in that area. So it's gonna be a fairly big operation. It's pretty confined, but just want, as many people know, it's been posted. It's just, people need to be patient for a couple of days. They should be done by Friday. The other thing is some good news that I got on Friday is we just got notified by Senator King's office that they've taken our request for a $2 million CDS grant for Phase 2 Sunset Heights.
Nice.
So that's $2 million. I'll say we may get, because this is only the first step. It's got to go all the way through the appropriations, through the Congress, and finally get a budget signed and everything else. So it could still be another year before we find out, but that's the next step on Phase 2, and it would be great if we could do that and get that project completed, so.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Paul. That's a big step in the right direction.
And thank you all. You all signed the letter. That letter came from you guys, so that was a huge win for us. So thank you again.
If I might, I don't have a department report. However, we started absentee voting today, so I just want to let everyone know we can vote absentee in the town office and the conference room between 9 and 5, Monday through Thursday. Or you can call, go online. I've been quite busy today, but we'll get something posted to remind people of that too.
Thank you, Audra.
Thank you, Audra.
Anybody else with any more reports? Could I please have a motion to accept the reports as presented?
So move.
Second.
Lee Trahan,
Yes.
Ray Karen,
Yes.
Mike Joseph.
Yes.
Katie Otis.
Yes.
Fran Hudson,
Yes.
Doris LeBranch,
Yes.
and Adam Lind.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0.
Moving on to tabled business, order number 072026. I'm sorry, go ahead. Oh,
This is for that.
okay.
Go ahead.
Authorizing the town manager to provide a payment to the Army Corps of Engineers for the environmental permit associated with the detention pond component of the Robert Street Storm Drain Improvement Project. The permit fee is to be,
And that we do not have, but we did finally find out today that we finally got our permit. So we've got movement in the right direction.
well, the funds will be coming from the storm drain capital account anyway, right?
Yes,
We just don't know how much, so how are we
Correct.
voting on that?
correct. So I would ask that we either table it for the next meeting or whatever you have to do. And that goes for the second item, the next order that was tabled.
The second item is tabled or was tabled?
It was tabled, the number 8,
So we would have to,
and we will come back with a different contractor.
you
on
want that one tabled again too?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
You're getting close because you can only allow tabling for 30 days and then it
Right.
comes off and you have to start all over
That's
again.
fine. We'll be having discussions with Mark and you'll probably later this week.
Okay,
but-
so let's motion to table order number 072026. Motion to
moved.
table?
So move.
Second.
Ray Karen,
Yes.
Mike Joseph,
Yes.
Katie Otis,
Yes.
Fran Hudson,
Yes.
Doris LeBranch,
Yes.
Adam Lind,
Yes.
and Lee Trahan.
Yes.
Motion to table passes 7-0.
And now could I please have a motion for order number 082026 to be
So
tabled?
moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Is that to take it off the table, or are we leaving it
No,
on
we're
the
leaving it
table?
Leave it
on
on
the table.
table.
Mike Joseph,
Yes.
Katie Otis.
Yes.
Fran Hudson,
Yes.
Doris LeBranch,
Yes.
Adam Lind,
Yes.
Lee Trahan,
Yes.
and Ray Karen.
Yes.
Motion to leave it on the table passes 7-0.
Moving on to old business, order number 062026 to increase in the sewer flow rate and base charge for public sewer users. Would you like to speak on that, Mr. Town Manager?
Yeah, again, we're still in the same situation here. I think we're looking at, Paul, another 2 years
Yes.
till 2028, 29.
29, yes.
Yep. So this is part of the whole funding for these projects. So that's why 2 years ago,
2023, I believe.
that's why those increases were voted on by the council at that time.
And the increase again was?
10%.
10% each year.
And Ray, you were asking the other day about cost.
Yes.
For a 1,200 cubic foot per quarter consumer, it's about $51 for the year.
For the year increase.
Increase. So it's not terrible. It's all money, but it's not.
Not for what we're getting. Okay, so can we get a motion to approve that order?
So move.
Second.
Mike Joseph,
Yes.
Katie Otis,
Yes.
Fran Hudson,
Yes.
Doris LaBranch,
Yes.
Adam Lind,
Yes.
Lee Trahan,
Yes.
and Ray Karen.
Yes.
Motion to approve order number 6-2006 passes 7-0.
Under new business, order number 112026, authorization for the town manager to sign an amendment number A10 to the contract for engineering services for the Chaffee Brook Pump Station project with Wright Pierce per the attached document.
Yeah, so this fiscal sustainability plan, they have to do it. So our hands are kind of tied on this one. If we need to speak more on it, I know Paul has a little bit more information, but this is coming from DEP, so this is a necessity.
This was part of the carrot that they put in front of us when we got some of the bonds for Chaffee Brook, that they were forcing us to do a fiscal financial. Total cost is $75,000. They're granting us $37,500, so our cost is $37,500. So, but it looks at, basically we're looking at everything the town has, our pump stations, our sewer lines, our equipment, everything to make sure that we are in position to sustain our operations.
So we're in compliance.
Correct.
Do you want us to waive it, or?
Not that one's not that important. I mean, they can wait, but the next one probably, yes.
Okay. So do we have a motion to approve order number 112026?
So moved. Second.
I'm sorry, you're talking at the same time, Doris? Katie Otis?
Hey, can I have just a quick discussion?
Sure,
Just
of course, I'm sorry.
I just get ripped off is that the state is letting us pay for work that they should be doing and doing themselves. Just a great opportunity that they let us have.
Isn't that nice of them? That's nice of them.
Time after time after time.
I don't understand what you're saying.
That should be funded by the state, but they don't have the funding, so they let us pay for it here as a mandate to get it done. We have no options. That used to be 10 years ago, that state programs, that state funded, all that stuff, and now everything's coming back to the town.
It's falling on
Time
the
after
towns and
time after
cities.
time. In the tune of hundreds of thousands of dollars for every project that we do.
Is there any recourse?
No.
Not right now.
Is there any recourse?
No, like I said, this was the cost of the money that we got from them the last time.
Yep,
Caveat that they had.
yep, yep.
They're paying half of it. They're paying half of it.
Yes,
Actually, we're paying their half.
Their half, yes.
Okay. Do we have a motion? Did we do a motion?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do we have a vote?
Who's voting?
Katie Otis?
Yes.
Fran Hudson,
Yes.
Doris LaBranch,
Yes.
Adam Lind,
Yes.
Lee Trahan,
Yes.
Ray Karen,
yes.
and Mike Joseph.
Yes.
Motion to pass order number 11-2026 passes 7-0.
Can I have a motion for order number 12-2026, authorization for the town manager to sign a commercial right of entry agreement with Spectrum?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Vote, please, Audrey.
Katie Otis,
Yes.
Fran Hudson,
Yes.
Doris LaBranch,
Yes.
Adam Lind,
Yes.
Lee Trahan,
Yes.
Ray Karen,
Yes.
and Mike Joseph.
Yes.
Motion to pass order number 12-2026 passes 7-0.
And could we have a motion to waive the second reading of this order?
So moved.
Second.
Katie Otis,
Yes.
Fran Hudson,
Yes.
Doris LaBranch,
Yes.
Adam Lind,
Yes.
Lee Trahan,
Yes.
Ray Karen,
Yes.
and Mike Joseph.
Yes.
Motion to waive second reading passes 7-0.
Moving on to resolution number 15-2026, authorization for the town clerk / registrar of voters to notify the voters of this municipality of a budget validation referendum election for the Winslow Public Schools to be held on Tuesday, June 9th, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Audra, did you want to say anything?
No?
That's just putting through the budget we all just worked on to referendum come June 9th for all residents to vote.
Yes.
Yay or nay?
Yep. That's the only question for us, and then the town, or the state will have their,
Have you written that up yet, of what it's going to say?
yep, the question, Article 1 is what it's gonna say. That's all it says, and then that, you get the notice of amounts with the list of numbers. You'll be able to see that when you vote. Either you get that in the mail if we mail you a ballot, or they're in the booths if you come in to vote.
And it just says to approve, yes or no, or how does it read?
Yeah, it says, do you favor approving the Winslow Public School budget for the upcoming school year that was adopted by the town council?
Okay.
And it's a yes or no question.
Thank you. So do we have a motion? Or we already did
We
that?
did that.
Do we have a vote?
Fran Hudson,
Yes.
Doris LeBranch,
Yes.
Adam Lind,
Yes.
Lee Trahan,
Yes.
Ray Karen,
Yes.
Mike Joseph.
Yes.
And Katie Otis.
Yes.
Motion to pass resolution 15-2026 passes 7-0.
Ooh, I see this is a public hearing, so anyone that would like to speak on resolution number 16-2026? Anybody like to speak on that? It's approval of the first-time on-premise liquor license application by Rex's Riverside Grill, 21 Bay Street in Winslow.
So moved.
Second.
Anybody want to speak? We shall take a vote.
Doris LeBranch,
Yes.
Adam Lind,
Yes.
Lee Trahan,
Yes.
Ray Karen,
Yes.
Mike Joseph,
Yes.
Katie Otis.
Yes.
And Fran Hudson.
Yes.
Motion to approve resolution 16-2006 passes 7-0.
Moving on to discussion items, update from the districting commission by Doris.
Yeah, since Lee is on the redistricting commission, I'd like him to provide the council with an update on where things are at.
Okay. I have it on my phone.
Did you give Lee a heads up?
Yeah, I saw it on there, and I knew. All right, the five of us on the committee, we had been meeting regularly since our appointment. We discovered many errors in the current maps that required lots of research and corrections. We had developed our recommendation, and on our report is nearly complete, but we need one more meeting time to finish this work. And our next meeting is tomorrow at 4:30 here.
I just wanted to mention that I believe in the charter, to get this completed before the next election, it has to be like 90 days before the next election, that the districts are all changed. So you guys want to keep that in mind.
I believe we should have it wrapped up tomorrow if I see Scott saying yes, yeah, we'll, should have it wrapped up tomorrow.
Thank you.
Great. Update on the Charter Review Committee. I know Deb, Mark, and I all spoke at a meeting. Deb, did you want to get up and give some update on what's going on? No, you
I
didn't.
can.
I was just teasing you, I'm sorry. Look at her face, poor thing. Mark, you certainly.
Sure can. So as you mentioned, I had the pleasure of meeting with both chairs, Debbie Russell being the chair of the Charter Review Committee and Fran Hudson, chair of the council. So as it stands right now, all the recommendations are in legal's hands. So we met, we just covered all those recommendations, which took place quite some time ago. And just wanted to make sure that the summaries made sense, what we covered, what the recommendations were actually saying. So that's why I wanted to wait and meet with the chair from the CRC. So as it stands, we're just waiting for legal to look at it, make sure whatever needs to go to referendum, because these would be charter amendments. So any amendment to the charter needs to go to referendum. It needs to go to the residents and to the voters. So hopefully this won't take too long. I'll keep you all apprised as I get information from legal.
And that voting is in June? Or is that November?
No, this would have to be for November.
Okay.
And we also are looking in the legalities of the commission moving forward to see.
Yes.
We would have to get a commission to do that, we're trying to figure out if the commission has to be elected or if they can be appointed, depending on which charter your town or city follows. So that's in legal too. So we do know we can't just change this, that it does have to go through a commission and then referendum, so people don't get too upset. Moving on to the next one, update on vacant building permits.
Yes.
Mr. Manager.
Yes, so this is a continuous operation. Many of the letters have already been sent out to the homeowners for these properties. We're starting to get feedback from some of them. There's a few, there's a few houses or properties. Owner lives at 139 Benton Avenue, so there was correspondence there. So there's a few of them that were this was the initial process. Send the letters out, see who's responding, find out if people are living there. If they're living there, then it becomes, is there a property maintenance issue? There's an obvious reason why they would make the vacant building list, because they appear vacant. So this was kind of step one in the process, get the letter sent out by the assessing and code office. And then there's going to be the fall through, seeing if these buildings are actually vacant, and then having them actually sit there and file for the vacant building permit. So this is ongoing. As I said, it's a continuous process, but it is underway. Today was officially the first day of our code enforcement officer starting full time. Amos is back with us. We'll have Jeff with KV Cog for the rest of the month as well, once a week, kind of doing a little bit of a transition with Amos. But everyone's kind of tracking where we're going and what to expect. So it'll be good to have code again here full time with us, so we could actually start getting work done.
Through the chair, I have a question, Mark.
Please.
How many vacant buildings are we looking at right now?
I mean, we're floating easily around 15. So again, there's a little bit of a flux there in determining who's vacant and which ones aren't. But it's approximately 15. And again, that list could grow as well. And I would assume that it's going to be fluid, and it will with time. So
Okay, thank you.
you're welcome.
Mark, the letters
Yes.
that are going out, are you informing these people they need to get a vacant building permit?
Absolutely. So that's part of the process, but it's also initiating that contact as well. But that is part of it. Like, hey, if this is vacant, you need a vacant building permit.
So
this
how
is
long do
being,
they have to get a vacant building permit?
that's the follow-up that code and assessing is going to do. So, I mean, we need to first get the conversation started. Something that I encourage, and I think was already kind of in place prior to my arrival, is voluntary compliance. A lot of people don't know about it. So if they have, say, a property that they're not living in, they may not be aware that you need a vacant building permit. So that's part of the process as well, is educating these people, getting them to understand, hey, you don't live there, you need to pay for this permit. And then we
But
carry
there
on
should
from
be
there.
a limit on that, right? Because I know there's 3 houses behind me over off Raincourt Avenue.
Sure.
And that have been vacant for almost as long as I've lived in my home.
Correct.
40 years.
Here's the problem, though. I don't know what happened for the last 40 years. So I don't know what steps were ever taken in terms of... No, I mean in terms of what the town actually did. Did they actually pursue these vacant building permits with these homeowners? Or did they just let it slide for
I think they
decades?
let it slide.
So this makes it an actual, tracking official process. We're in the infancy stages of it, but this starts.
Right, but there is an ordinance for vacant building permits
Correct.
that you have to have a vacant building permit.
Yes.
Because I think what happens is if they don't comply, and you don't want to, but
It's a fine.
I'm sorry, the house is behind me for all these years.
Sure.
You are fined so much money per month
Yes.
to get them you don't have, it's your home, you don't have to live in it, but you have to maintain it, right?
Correct.
You have to keep it up, because the ones behind me are very dangerous.
Right.
You know, for kids to play in. So I was just curious, I know a letter goes out,
Yep,
there's gonna be a time on that.
yes,
And then they have so much time to get the vacant building permit, and then what happens? Then the code enforcement goes out and does an inspection of the house.
correct.
See if they pass it or not, and then if they don't, they have to fix it up to code, is that what they do?
Exactly, and again, a lot of the vacant buildings, it's quite obvious just because of the property maintenance. No one's been around, no one's mowing the lawn, they're not, doing any of the maintenance there. So it's pretty obvious to us, but sometimes it isn't. And again, we've already had a few houses that reached out and said, no, I live here. So then now it becomes okay, now this is a property maintenance issue. Where beyond the vacant building issue, it's property maintenance, so.
Do they have to live there so long before, what if they're saying they live there once a year? I know that sounds weird, but.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know what the actual timeline for,
Because if some of these buildings were listed, I believe it was with Steve, when he was the town manager, they've been vacant a long time,
oh, sure.
yeah.
And yep,
Interesting, thank you.
you're welcome.
Through the chair, I have something to add. And the reason why we suspended the rules is because I want to address the email that we got from people that signed papers on the property that's across on the Augusta Road that's been abandoned, and we're looking at that to being torn down. But right now, it's illegal, so we can't say any more than that. But thank you very much for that. I wish you would have called me or something like that beforehand. I could have done something else besides, but I just got that email the other day, and that's the reason why we got onto legal today.
I also just wanted to let the people of that neighborhood know that we have been dealing with it. We're not as frustrated as the people that live there, but very frustrated at the situation as well. Trust me. And we are moving forward with that as well. And the same goes for.
So at this time, we can't say any more than that, okay? But thank you.
And do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All in favor?
I do have signature.